Hello everybody on YouTube. This is my presentation on the battle at Zama. It's a nutshell version. Zama is in modern day Tunisia. Now this is the final battle of the Second Punic War. The Second Punic War was started by the Carthaginians. They invaded Roman territory. After a long struggle, about 15 years, the Romans managed to turn the tide and they are able to actually invade Carthaginian territory in Tunisia. Here we have the Green Army. The Green Army is the Carthaginian army run by Hannibal, and here we have the Roman army, which is led into battle by Scipio Africanus. Now, quick explanation: 50,000 Carthaginians. We have approximately 4,000 to 5,000 cavalry. Here we have the Romans with 34,000 soldiers, and they have a cavalry also. And they have about between 9,000 and 10,000 cavalry. Before this battle, one of Hannibal's allies, Massinissa, some sort of prince of Numidia, went over to the Romans. He quickly found out that it was the better side to assist, and he is over here also with his cavalry forces. And the squares over here are elephants. Hannibal manages to take 80 elephants into battle. Now, the first line of the Carthaginians is made up of citizens, people that, they were levied to join the fight, so citizens. Here we have new recruits, and in the back we have Hannibal with his veteran legions, and also of course in the front we also have the skirmishers. So I'm going to tell you now what happened that day. Now, many ancient battles they start with a fight of skirmishers. So the skirmishers they throw spears at each other, and they shoot arrows, and they retreat behind their normal lines. And so do the Carthaginians. Now it's time for the battle to really start. Now, like I said, we have 80 elephants here. Thanks to Scipio, I had to cut everything up in small little squares. The thing is that Scipio anticipated an elephant attack, so he doesn't use a straight dense line, but he leaves gaps to make sure that the elephants will not crush into his army. So we're going to see whether that worked. Hannibal sends his elephants forward, and when the elephants go forward, the Romans... here we have the elephants charging. The Romans, because they have a loose formation, they open gaps. So the elephants go into the open gaps and actually come out in the back again. So you have many elephants going through. They probably, of course, create a bit of havoc, but in general, either they go through the gaps, or what happens in this case also, some elephants are being pushed back into the Carthaginian lines. Now, the elephants, like I said, some of them go into the Carthaginian lines, or they break through, or they can't break through, and what they do is they go through the side and they immediately block, in a way, the Carthaginian cavalry charge. It doesn't work for the cavalry to attack properly when elephants are tramping down. So the Roman cavalry, which is also larger and they have experienced Numidian fighters, they already start pushing away the cavalry. Because the Romans don't have to be afraid of elephants anymore, they already start forming a close formation. And they have a ferocious attack on the citizens of Carthage. They can't hold it, so they try to flee behind their lines, but the second line, the line of the raw recruits, isn't letting them through, so they try to go through the side and try to run. The Romans keep pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. Well, you have to imagine this is a straight battle line. The second line also breaks, and they also try to go through the veterans, but the veterans won't let them, so they go also through the sides and try to escape. In the meantime, the Roman cavalry is still chasing the Carthaginian cavalry. And now at this point of time there is a pause in the battle. Apparently in battles after ferocious fighting, of course soldiers are tired. They have time to reorganize their army. So I'm going to show you what happened in the last stage of the battle. Now, like I said, there was a break. The armies had time to reassemble their army, and they both go for a straight line. They stretch it. Neither of these armies wants to be overlapped or enveloped, so they make a long line as possible. Hannibal does this with the remnants of what is left, and yeah, the Romans just keep the forces they have. Now there's a big fight going on. Hannibal was able maybe to win, but unfortunately for him, the Roman cavalry who was chasing the Carthaginian cavalry is turning back and rams in the back of the Roman army. Hey, my cat is joining the battle also. Now, in the end we have 25,000 dead Carthaginians, we have 5,000 dead Romans, and many of the Carthaginians who were not killed were sold as slaves. Hannibal manages to escape through here and goes on his way to Carthage. But there his position is very bad also, because many people blame him, of course, for the loss, and he has to flee, and he flees to the east of, he flees to Syria and Turkey, an area like that, and he becomes a mercenary general. And after a couple of years he is found by the Romans and more or less forced to commit suicide. So this is the last battle of the Second Punic War, the battle at Zama, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much.